Montreal, Canada, to do an international exchange program, and I am not sure if I'm going to do both semesters because right now I'm just very overwhelmed, but basically I will be studying in Montreal for 2 semesters. The first semester I'll be taking all French classes, grammar and listening and writing and stuff like that. That's mandatory. And the second semester, if I choose to stay, that's when I'll take classes in French for my major, which is international relations. So I'll probably take some political science classes or some economic classes, but everything will be in French because Montreal is part of the Quebec province, which speaks French, and that's why it's kind of been so overwhelming. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm currently living in a hotel that is 5 minutes from campus. So I have an 8-month lease on that. That's where I am right now. And I'll include pictures of what my housing situation looks like. You know, my bed, I have my own little kitchen thing, and I also have my own bathroom. So it's kind of small, but for one person, it's really not too bad. This is my second day alone in Montreal. And first impressions, basically, there are a lot of people here. It's very loud, as it is a city. I'm very lost, even just trying to find my classes, and hopefully that gets easier. So I spent all of today trying to get a bank account, trying to find my classes. In UQAM, where I'm studying, the University of Quebec at Montreal, they have these little underground tunnels between buildings so that students don't have to go out into the weather to change classes. They can just go through tunnels, which sounds really cool, but when you're down there with a bunch of people always around, the signs are kind of confusing. You don't know when one building ends and one building starts, and all of the hallways just kind of interlock, and there are just a bunch of squares, and maybe it's just me, but I was getting so lost. In July, I did a study abroad in France for a month. I did classes there, but I was with some people from my home university in South Carolina, and so that kind of helped me feel not so alone. And that was just kind of a group of friends that I could talk to and hang out with throughout the whole 30 days I was there. But here I am completely alone, and I actually haven't started any of my classes yet, so I haven't made any friends. So I feel very alone and kind of overwhelmed here, and when I ask questions, they do answer me in French, and if for whatever reason I only get about 75% of what they're saying, so it makes it just a little bit more difficult. So far with my 2 days here, I have unpacked all my stuff, hung decorations, went grocery shopping, set up an appointment to maybe get a bank account. I've got my student card. Story time real quick. Most universities in the United States, when they give you your student card, you can smile for them, and normally, yes, they look pretty bad, but you're allowed to smile. When I got my student card here, they told me not to smile. I was like all ready today, and was smiling, and the guy literally went outside of the camera and was like, "You can't smile," and I was like, "Oh, okay." It does not look good. It looks like a mugshot. So that's fun, although that only took about 5 minutes of my time to get done, so I can't really complain. I just hope no one looks at it too closely. Yeah. And now, currently, since I will be here 8 months and I'm used to having work-study money when I went to school in South Carolina, I'm applying for jobs here in Montreal. It's just a bit more complicated. I had to completely change my resume to French, and I'm hoping to get just a kind of simple job, probably at a cafe or something, that will allow me to be able to speak to people and better my language skills. But have it not too serious of a job that if I do mess up, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, that's it. And hopefully the next video I make will have better news. But right now I'm just a bit overwhelmed. But yeah, bye!